Alright, let's just check if we are live on the channel and the settings are working, such as audio and video output. Okay, should be good. Welcome everyone for round 5 of the Pacific Series Tier 1 here at Race Spec Esports. Tonight we're going to race in Hungary in the circuit of Hungaroring, and it's really it's a big milestone of the calendar, this track, because the first edition of the Hungaroring, of the Hungarian Grand Prix, took place in 1986. So basically it's been 36 years that this race is getting organized. And it's a really tight track, built in kind of Monaco-esque style, with a lot of twisty corners, a really difficult and tight circuit with just basically 2 or maybe 3 overtaking zones into turn 1, turn 4, and maybe sometimes turn 12, even though it's quite risky. So basically it's going to be a hard downforce track. Of course, you want to have that straight line speed going into turn 1, because it's not really all dry off sessions, by the way. So basically we're going to have a whole dry session for quali and for the race. In terms of setup, you really need that downforce, because the more downforce you have, the faster you can go into qualifying. And in this track, which is like basically Monaco without the walls, just joking, as Lane said on Sunday for the Elite Series race, you need that track position. So basically you need that downforce to have a good position into qualifying, and then try and defend your position and maybe attack someone with an undercut. Let's not forget the undercut is quite powerful over here because of the twisty nature of the track, and basically the tires get warmed up quite easily before the end of the first run of the stint. So it's going to be quite a strategical one, and I think safety cars are going to play a role as well. Hopefully not, of course, because we hope we don't have any crashes in the session, but we'll see, because as I said, this track is really difficult and you really need to nail every single braking zone and traction zone to get a good lap in it. But let's jump here now with the standings. Actually, we have a tie for P1 between the 2 Red Bull drivers, actually, which are Seb and GeForce Leo, tied at 78, followed by the Alfa Romeo Big Al with 76. Stelzio retires from the session. There's a yellow flag. I think he retired in the pits. Yeah, because he had a quali ban. Yeah, I forgot to say that. In P3 in the standings we got the Alfa Romeo Big Al with 76, followed by Ferrari Pro with 52 and Spicy Salami with 48. Of course, in the Constructor standings you already know who's leading, because Red Bull drivers are in P1 and P2. So Red Bull with 156 points, followed by Ferrari with 97, 83 points for Alfa Romeo, and then Mercedes with 67. The top drivers of the Pacific PS Tier 1, GeForce Ford in the Ferrari here in his outlap, and GeForce Quaidon, who unfortunately is not racing tonight, they are actually 33 points away from P1 in the driver standing, so they really need to score some points. Of course, both of them need to recover from a kind of disappointing start of the season, but let's see. Let's go on board with Ford, and so he can show us the track. This is turn 1, DRS for turn 2, long sweeping left-hander, he keeps it in 4th, then traction zone until turn 4, which is quite tricky. You get invalidated pretty easily. He goes into 6th, just cuts a little bit, and then the right sweeping hander of turn 5, and now into the tight chicane of turn 6 and 7. He keeps it in 4th, just to have better traction. Uses all the track to go into the sweeping left and right hander of turn 8 and turn 9. And then the really fast turn 11, because turn 10 in the end is a flatter corner. He lifts a bit, keeps it in 6th though, and then the tight section towards 12 13 and 14. Keeps it in fourth, uses all the width of the track. And now long sweeping left-hander, short shifts into fourth, uses all the track, and then long right-hander, which leads you to the straight finish line. Let's see what the first round for fourth is going to be. It's a 15.6, and he gets pole position with that lap. Leo is pretty close though, 42 tenths away. 42 thousandths away, sorry. And then Spicy in P3 at the moment with a 15.9, Walkboy and Bait. So yeah, we've got some drivers who scored or had a first run already. Let's see, Crichton is maybe on a lap. No, maybe got invalidated. Okay, but let's see if he's trying again because his battery is still on. 27.3 in the first sector. Ooh, yeah, that curb settles the car big time. So you need to be really careful. Let's watch Big Al though, because he's about to finish his lap, and he's now top 3 in the standings, so he deserves some screen moments. 54.0 in the second sector, and now it's going to be all about stability and traction here, and also composure on the throttle as well, because the rear of the car can really be really hard to handle. Let's see, Bigal, and he gets pole position with a 15.601, 33 thousandths faster than GeForce Ford. Oh yeah, of course ACW, yeah. Wanna guess pole? Of course, guys, yeah, we have a new game now, so basically just text here the time you think the pole is gonna be. And the winner, I don't know, I'll just ask Mr. Race Spec for it. And he's just on an outlap, talking about him. Solid season for now for Alpine. Both Luke and Plebs are doing pretty well. Okay, so ACW says a 15.3, which is, yeah, could happen. I would say we'll see a 2, but let's see. In the meantime, Seb gets pole position, and he's the first one to get a 15.5. And let's not forget the track ramps up really a lot in the last run, especially here in Hungary. I mean, in general in the game, but especially here in the circuit. Let's follow Plebs, who started his first run. Going really wide to get the best corner speed as possible. Let's see his first sector, 27.3. It says purple in middle sector, at least by the minimap. And yeah, let's see if he is actually. Really tight exit here from the chicane. Keeps it in fifth gear. Extends a lot, as you should do. And then goes for the fast right-hander. 54.4 in the second sector. It's not looking like it's a bad time, actually. I think. I guess he can match Walkboy and Spicy if he keeps it tight through the last two corners. Keeps it tight. Opens DRS. And it's going to be at 16.1, so P8 for Mr. Race Spec. And I think GeForce Leo is on a lap now. Yes, he is. And I'm going to just watch the drivers who are about to finish a lap. It's Jimbin here. Ooh, what a moment. He's lost it. So we're going to focus back to Leo because he's 1/10 and up, even more up on his time. And I think maybe GeForce Ford, Big Al, and Seb. No, they're both out. Okay. Sometimes it's a wise choice also to save a set of softs here. And let's see what Leo can do now. Can he get pole? Yes, he does. With a 15.560, 6 thousandths faster than Seb. It's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close. That's all we hope for in the end. And maybe Spicy is about to start up, but let's see what is going on the other drivers. Vision has got his lap invalidated. What about Crichton, actually? Let's see. It's not looking. 54.2, and he gets his lap invalidated. So yeah, bad quality so far for GeForce Crichton, and Bex is about to finish his lap. Is it going to be a good one? Yes, it is. He gets a 15.7, P6 for the Aston Martin driver. Really nice lap from him. Let's watch maybe Big Al. Or maybe there's a Red Bull who's about to, yeah, Leo is going to the pits, so we're not going to follow him for now. Maybe the Ferrari Pro is ending his lap. Yeah, he's 1/10 up. Will he improve on that 16.3? Keeps it tight. Nice exit. And he gets a 16.0, which puts him into P10. And I think the R11 is also about to start a lap. Okay, let's follow GeForce Ford then. We'll go his lap invalidated. So we're gonna go to watch Big Al. Because in the end, he's 49 thousandths away from pole position. So it's all about moments here. Oh, he's 2/10 up at the moment for the Alfa Romeo driver. It's looking good. It's looking really good for him. And I think GeForce Ford will try and go again for a second run on this set of tires. Let's see what Big Al can do. Is he gonna get pole? Was it a good first sector? Should be. And it is. 15.2 already. What a lap from Big Al. So yeah, ACW, unfortunately, yeah, your time has already been beaten. But yeah, I think my time will be beaten as well. To be honest, seeing this kind of improvement of the track. Let's see, he was about to finish a lap. Is it Darren 11? Yeah, but he got his lap invalidated. And GeForce Ford, let's see what he can do now. A lot of traffic in front of him. And Ford is almost matching his first sector time. And let's see if the other drivers are crossing the line. It's Crichton on his out lap, so he's... Okay. Yeah, we also need to follow Crichton, because for now he hasn't set a time yet. So, not looking really good. Let's see what Ford can do. Oh, he's 1/10.5 almost up on his time. I mean, the projection, I could see him in P2. Oh my goodness. What a moment for him. Yeah, sometimes on the second run the tires just go away. Is Leo starting his lap already? With 5 moments to go? 5 minutes to go? Okay. Is it his third run? I guess so. We'll see. Okay. Meantime, Spicy is going really slowly. Plebs is on his second run. Almost 2/10 up. Good improvement. He had some traffic in front, but nothing major. Keeps it tight. Dives it in the last corner. Keeps it in 5th. DRS for him. It's going to be a 15.9. And he puts him, this time puts him into P9. Let's see Leo actually. Who's 1/10 up. So it doesn't look he's gonna match Big Alpha now, but let's see what he can do, how much he can improve. 15.4. So he gained 1/10 on this run. Let's see Jimbin. Now Jimbin has no battery, so it just improved. And Crichton has actually set a time, which was a 16.0. But I think he set it on different tires. I don't know. Don't know if it's new tires for him. Yeah, it should. I mean, the graphics said so. And now I think all the drivers are getting into the pits to get ready for their last run. and we'll be right back in 30 seconds time. And we should be back. And we have an Alfa Romeo's got out of the pits already, and it's T-Mac. Ah, no, he's coming back to the pits actually. And so yeah, the whole field's separated at the moment by 9 tenths, almost 1 second, which is actually huge. We also had 2 retirements. I mean, Yui retired, and they still got a qualifying ban, so it needs to start last. And let's see who will be the first driver to come out of the pits. It will be Spicy. And let's follow Vision, Ferrari Pro. I think the first one to start a lap will be Vision, followed by Ferrari Pro and T-Mac. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a lot of traffic vision right now. Not the best timing to start a lap, but we'll see. Keeps it in third gear. Nice and tidy on the exit, not short shifting at all. 27.3 is up by half a tenth. Let's follow Ferrari Pro. One tenth up as well. See T-Mac now. 2 tenths are down, so yeah, we won't improve on that time. What about the AlphaTauri of Bade? 1 tenth down as well. Everyone is improving. Everyone is basically improving. And now it will be Spicy to start its lap. Vision is 3 tenths up. My goodness. I told you the track ramps up big time. What time is Vision gonna set? Is it a 15.8? Let's see Ferrari Pro now. Ferrari Pro towards the last corner. And improves 15.8 as well. Leo has just started a lap. Let's see who jumps up to the... Plebs is about to start a lap as well. Darren is on his lap. Yes, he is. But let's follow the top 4 actually. Oh, and Ford has spun. Ford has just spun. My goodness. So yeah, it's qualifying over for him. Let's watch Leo, who's gaining. And Big Al is not gaining. So it's 1 tenth down. And Leo's got a shot now. He had purple first sector. Let's go on board with him. And then let's see what Big Al can do first. And Spicy with a 15.4. P2 for the McLaren driver. What a lap. Let's see Big Al. He doesn't improve. Let's see Leo in sector 2. Oh, he got his up in Baldavi. Ah, okay. Yeah, so no chance. Let's see Seb. Can Seb do anything about it? Well, he's 1 tenth down, 1 tenth up. Oh, and G-Force Crichton improves by 6 tenths and gets P4 with 15.4. Let's see Seb now. Needs to gain a little bit more to match at least Leo and Crichton. It's a 15.3. Good lap from Seb, P2. So it's going to be pole position for Big Al. Then Seb and Spicy completing the top 3. Alfa Romeo, Red Bull, McLaren in order. Wow, this is damn close. Oh, the whole field separated by 8 tenths. This is huge. And the gap between P1 and P4 is just about 1/10 and a half. And there you go. The results for qualifying in Hungary. Bigal P1 with a 15.2, followed by Seb in the Red Bull. P3 for Spicy, followed by Leo and GeForce Crichton. They actually did the same time, the two. So yeah, pretty damn close. Followed by Bait and then GeForce Ford, who have made a mistake in the last run. Then Jimbin in P8, Walkboy P9 and P10 for Bex Liddell, completing the top 10. And now we get ready for the race. What is happening here? Oh, you just left the session. And we're about to go underway here at the Hungaroring. The mechanics are basically glitched. Okay. Can I see that on screen? My goodness, Codemasters. It's not a good sign, that's for sure. Let's see. And here we go with the formation lap. Let's recap the positions and also see the start tire. And wow, basically everyone is on the hards. Apart from you, you unfortunately couldn't choose actually what tire to start with, because he actually disconnected from the session. Unlucky and unfortunate. Yeah, he's left the session again, so it doesn't look it's improving. And for now, we've got, yeah, Bigal in P1, Seb, Spicy, GeForce Leo, GeForce Crichton, Bait, GeForce Ford, Jimbin, GeForce Walkboy, and then Bex Liddell, followed by the Ferrari, of course, of Ferrari Pro, Vision, T-Mac. Yeah, the camera doesn't change anything here, so it's just way a bit. Vision, T-Mac, the Alpine of Plebs, followed by his teammate, Saya Luke. Darren 11, Yui, who is ghosting actually at the moment, and then Destiel in the Haas in P18. So yeah. Have you got any predictions for the race, guys? Come on, pick your winner. And write it in the chat. All the cars are taking their spots at the moment. We're about to go underway. Okay, Bigal P1 for ACW. Yeah, I mean, the margin he had in quali was quite big considering the skill level of this tier. So yeah, might be a good pick. But let's see. Jimin got disqualified. Let's have a better show off the start. Maybe we can have a better one. Not at all. Perfect. Well, and we're about to go underway. Where are the lights? Oh no. Oh no. This is not looking good at all. Uh-oh. Migrating host. Uh-oh. No, it's really glitched. I mean... the lobby's pretty glitched. Yeah, okay. We're gonna have lobby restart. Okay, I'm gonna delete all this stuff and leave the session straight away. Oh my goodness. Okay. Should be, yeah. It's weird actually, because actually on Sundays his connection works pretty well. So yeah, I don't know if it's a matter of luck or not, but yeah, it's weird actually. Well, new softs for everyone. Yeah, waiting for the invite, or maybe I should join by Plev's profile. Let's see. Best of luck to bait the Ginger Legend from Mr. Dinosaur. And we are back in the lobby. Of course, we'll need to wait for everyone to join and for Plevs to create the grid for the start. Hope it won't take too long. think we're ready. I mean, all drivers are here, but of course the host is gonna create the custom grid. I think weather should be set on sunny though. I mean, that could give a plot twist to the race, and for spectating it's not that bad, but still. We're about to start. I think we'll be ready in a couple of minutes time. And I think we're ready. Weather's been set on dry, and everyone is reading up, so of course, if any of the drivers is watching, don't forget your setups, because yeah, Draqz, I'm commentating alone because Lane today is not here, so I've jumped on trying to replace him, even though I won't be at his level. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Well, why not? Actually, yeah, sure. I'll just start a party with you. So yeah, plot twist, we're gonna have a co-commentator, which is an old member of the Race Spec community actually. German guy called APSR Draqz. I think many people know him because he's raced in Pacific as well. So yeah, I'll just join in a bit. And right now, we are about to start. The mechanics are still glitched, which is kind of ridiculous, but okay. And yeah, just wait for the start and see if any of the drivers has actually changed his mind about starting tire. I don't think so, but you never know. Of course, everyone is gonna put his setup now, and yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, mate. How we doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
You need an invite to the session?
I got invited, I guess.
I think you can join from my profile on PS.
Okay.
Alright, because...
Let's see if it works or
Okay.
not.
Because we're about to go underway, actually. We are on the formation lap. And I think everyone has started on hards as it was, but Ferrari Pro has actually changed his mind. He's on softs, but his car is ghosting for some reason. So I don't think he
he disconnected.
Yeah. Okay.
He just rejoined. Yeah, he just rejoined.
Okay. And then Sire Luke has actually decided to start on softs because he's doing his formation lap, so it was an intentional choice. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, we're about to go on the way. I don't know if you watched the qualifying, but Big Al put it on pole, and Seb got P2, and then there's Spicy Salami in P3, GeForce Leo in P4, and Crichton in P5. And yeah, everyone is basically from the top 10 is starting on hards, and then just Ferrari Pro in P11 and Sire Luke in P15 are starting on soft tire. I'll just invite you before the start.
Yeah, all good. I need to start the game properly. So there's no issues with it.
Okay. Just join from my profile because I cannot invite you on screen. So if
good game.
Or just join, or just if you have plebs in his friends.
I need to request to join.
Okay. Do it.
Let's see if plebs has been able to invite me.
Okay, Bigal got disqualified actually, and we're about to go on the way. So it's gonna be now the lobby is working. Don't see the lights though. No, lights. Yeah, 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's go at the Hungarian Grand Prix. We have a bad shot, but Bigal got a very good start, even though he had cold tires actually, but he still kept P1 followed by Seb. Everyone going really tight into turn 1. GeForce Crichton gaining 2 places actually side by side with Seb. Oh my goodness, what a start from the Mercedes driver. It's now the inside line. And he keeps P2. And both Red Bulls are now side by side. They decide not to fight. And Spicy Salami is actually side by side with Seb. Hopefully one of them decides to break. They're still side by side. And Seb gets the place. P4 for him, and someone has spun. It's GeForce Ford. GeForce Ford in the Ferrari has just spun out of turn 4. And I think there was some kind of contact, I guess, but we couldn't get it on screen. And
he's stuck on this little garbage.
No, he managed to recover, and now, but he's just left the session. So yeah, I don't know if it's a rage quit or something. In the meantime, T-Mac and Ferrari Pro are fighting. And Ferrari Pro has actually lost his car. No, it's gone just wide. Just rejoins in P16. But in the meantime, Big Al has a lead of 1.8 seconds to GeForce Crichton, was followed by Seb and Spicy Salami. And say look now on the soft side, actually gained a lot of places. My goodness, what a moment for Bate on the inside. But Luke gets the place, and he's now in P9. He's gained 6 places out of it. And Bate dives down the inside on Luke. They touch again. Oh, that was a bit... Yeah, and I think Bate has lost his wing. Yes, he has. And yeah, a lot of cars still side by side in the midfield, with Destiel getting the place on Bex Ladell. And actually, Darren 11 has lost a lot of time to Jimbin, who's actually losing a lot of time to T-Mac. I think we're having just a big train coming up, which is the one created by Crichton with Seb, Spicy, Leo, and Walkboy, if he can keep with them. And Big Al is gaining and gaining. He's 2.2 seconds away. He's gaining a lot of time, actually. And so I don't think he had cold tires as SCW. I don't think so. Otherwise, and I think Seb has got a lot of pace because he's getting also really close to Crichton. We still don't have DRS, which is gonna get activated from this lap. Let's remember we've just got one DRS zone in this track. I mean, 2 DRS zones, but consecutive ones. Into turn 1 and down to turn 2. But the detection point is just 1. So basically, you get DRS at the end of lap 3 and not in the middle of the track in the second DRS zone. And Bade is speeding for a new front wing. But Big Al is still gaining 2.6 seconds. It's been really, really quick at the moment. And Ferrari Pro is actually retired. Yeah, he retires in the pits. Yeah, unlucky for him. Really, really unlucky. But yeah, when you disconnect before the start, it's always a bad thing. And
yeah, he had a standard setup on, like not a custom one. I think.
Okay, yeah. So there's no point racing actually, especially in this tier. And yeah, so now actually GeForce Ford is in P16. And GeForce Crichton has actually had a really good start. He was starting in P5 and he gained 3 places into turn 2. So yeah, we didn't have a big shot of it, but really nice move. And Seb is actually 4 attempts away, and I don't know if he's gonna pull out a move or just stay behind Crichton.
He's gaining.
2 attempts away, but no close enough. I don't even think Seb is trying to go for a move that soon, to be honest, because if you think the car in front has got the same pace, and in the meantime Destiol has overtaken Yuri for P11, they're still fighting? No, they're not. And yeah, because in the end, if you think, I was saying, if the car in front has got the same pace as you, then sometimes it's not really worth it to try a move and lose time to the cars in front, you know. So yeah, we'll see what Seb can do. And Spice is a bit further, more or less 7 attempts, 8 attempts away, and Walkboy has actually lost DRS right now. So yeah, a big train, and actually Crichton is gaining some time. It's 2.3 seconds away. I think the gap is just a peak of 2.8. So, and Seb doesn't look too close now. It's 5 attempts away, but yeah, as I said, if you see the car in front gaining some time, then there's no point. Oh, and Destio is actually spun. Yes, he spun on the exit of the last corner. Tricky traction zone, so yeah, can happen. And yeah, Crichton is actually gaining 2.2 now.
He found his rhythm, as it seems.
Yeah, seems like it. 2.1 now for the first time. So yeah, this race is not over, and I'm gonna just check the telemetry to see how much battery they've got. Bigal is actually less battery than Crichton, even though the difference is just a slight one, like 10%. Seb is actually having a lot of battery with 65, and then Spicy Salami as well with 68. And yeah, I think the biggest loser here on the start was GeForce Leo, because he was starting in P2, if I recall. No, I was saying P4 actually, yeah. Let's just see here the graphics. There are actually 4 drivers who have gained 6 places, which are T-Mac, Sire Luke, and Sire Luke is in the pits. Yeah, of course, he was on softs. So yeah. 1.9 seconds now. Crichton is just gaining. He's flying at the moment. He's just flying. And I think Luke will rejoin without any traffic in front, but maybe GeForce Ford. Doesn't look like it.
GeForce Ford wouldn't be an issue for him.
Yeah.
I see this in II.
He just left. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry. And yeah, for now, there's not any big battle. I mean, this track sometimes can create boring races because you cannot basically do anything in Sector 2 and Sector 3. What's your opinion about this track? We just had a race, I think 1 week ago in another league. So yeah, I think you have some fresh memory about it.
Yeah, of course, it tends to be sometimes a bit boring, this track. But weather-changing conditions can be exciting on this track as well, as we had in Series Elite and APSR last week. There was scheduled around lap 30 to 35 a bit of rain, and it got wet instantly, and all the drivers were struggling a lot. But it's a pretty difficult track, in my opinion. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities, but every single mistake can get you into the wall or stuff like that. So
yes.
Drivers have to keep that in mind, not to overdrive the car.
Yeah. I completely agree with you, because here you need to be really smooth on the power, and otherwise there are some corners or just some curbs that just kill you if you don't take them correctly or just go a bit faster than you should. And yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, I like this track because it's quite tricky, and I tend to like high downforce tracks. But as you said, in terms of racing, sometimes it's really hard to overtake over here. But in another way, it makes it even more entertaining, because strategy here has a much bigger role than it has on other circuits. So yeah, if you outsmart your opponents, then you can gain a lot of time. So yeah, that makes it funny in some way.
Yeah, we will see a little bit of strategy later on. Mediums can hold on for quite a few laps on this track. I think it's around 22 to 25 laps you can stretch them. And we will see an undercut from Crichton later on this race, so he can gain back the time he lost on the start to Big L. Let's see when that happens.
Yeah, and I can tell you that the undercut over here is quite powerful, because, for example, I had a race here at Race Spec, and Crichton goes really wide actually. He's lost some time. He had an oversteer moment. I was saying I just pitted 3 or 4 laps before the scheduled strategy and gained 2 places with it, and I was actually 2 seconds faster on my first lap compared to my personal best on the hards. So yeah, the tires get warmed up pretty easily around here. And let's just see if Crichton, it's lost sometimes because of that mistake, and let's see if he's vulnerable to Seb. Now Seb has a look but doesn't go for it. And so let's recap the places further back, with Borgboy losing some time to Leo, 3 seconds away in P6, but he's got some lead also to T-Mac in P7. Jimbin is really close and getting quite racy actually for P7, battling for P7. And then there are the 2 Aston Martins of Darren 11 and Bax Littell. Plebs in P11, 3 cars in 1 second, more or less. And yeah, Sire Luke actually pitiful hards on lap 6. So he's going for it. He's going for the 1 stop. And of course he's going to gain some time because he's got fresher rubber. But the delta difference is not that big considering all the drivers are on hards. But he's actually gained a lot of time in his first stint on the softs. So maybe that can pay out later in the race. And the gap is still kind of stabilizing to 2.0. But actually Crichton this lap has gained a lot of time to Seb, even though Seb can actually get closer with DRS, of course. But he was actually 7 tenths away from him before the DRS zone. And Spicy is actually hanging there. And I think GeForce Leo has lost DRS. No, he hasn't for now. but that means he needs to push a lot on this lap. Otherwise, he will lose DRS on the next DRS zone, which is last corner.
He has not much to push left, you know.
Yeah.
His battery is
Yeah, it's flashing.
now.
Yeah. And Baxter gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, let's not forget the warnings as well, because in this track you really need to use every single meter in terms of width, and if you want to push a lot, then you get a high risk of getting time penalties, and I think Yui got a penalty as well. Yes, he has. So you really need to be careful also not to overdrive the car and go wide. Well, otherwise the game will just punish you.
Yeah, turn 4, 10, 11, especially those both corners are very, very likely to run wide of. Yeah.
Yeah, even the exit sometimes of turn 9, sometimes you can get some warnings over there.
Yeah, as we saw GeForce Crichton run wide there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And yeah, now Bigal is gaining back some time. 2.2, almost 2.3. I don't think there was a battle between Crichton and Seb, so it's just about pure pace now. And actually Crichton has lost a lot of battery because, of course, he needs to defend to Seb. So if you don't have DRS, of course you're gonna use a lot of battery compared to the guys behind you. Leo is still there, hanging there, like trying everything to get into the 1 second range, but for now it's looking like he's not. Actually, might be quite close.
Yeah, he's using every single bit of battery he has left in the tank.
Yeah, every single drop of it. Oh, he's not managed it. No, maybe yes. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Okay, so he's back in the game as well. That will be key also because he needs to save some batteries at some point, and DRS might help. And Seb is really close, 2 times away, but still keeping his car behind Crichton. But it seems like Crichton has lost some pace because he's losing some time to Bigal, and yeah, doesn't look like a really positive tendency in terms of lap time. And maybe Seb now can think about doing something. Well, yeah, of course, could be a good move, but you really need to make sure you don't lose a lot of time. Otherwise, you will be already 3 seconds away from being out. That's not what you want in general. If you want to go for a win, yeah. So he needs a run.
Let's see what Crichton battery looks like. I think he's under 20%, and
yeah,
there's a theory that you lose power on 20% and under 10%. Like it's like staged. In 3 stages. Until 20% you got 100% power, then 80% power, and then 50% power.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why he's also losing a bit of time in the straights right now, even though he's using a bit of his battery.
Yeah, and Seb is actually not using any, so...
he wisely chooses to save his battery for a later overtake.
Yeah, as we said, you need a run. You need a really good run and make sure you're gonna overtake the car, not before the braking zone, but at least if you get the inside line, basically. 3.1 now. Wow. Yeah. I mean, GeForce Crichton is dropping in terms of performance, and yeah, I mean, sometimes weather can really help, or some safety cars. I'm not, of course, wishing anyone to crash, but for now, I think the race is gonna get much active in 3 or 4 laps time when everyone is gonna start to pit, and let's see who will be the one who will make the first move. And Seb is actually 4 attempts away. That's a good one, actually. Yeah, he's using battery. He's using it. He wants to go for it now. Dives down the inside into turn 1, side by side, they almost touch. And does he get the position? But what a switchback from Crichton. He's got the outside line though, which is not the best you want to do. He keeps it behind. Goes for the switchback again. As we know, Crichton is really racy.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it gets too much racy.
Yeah, but that's the nature of the driver in the end.
Yeah, as we saw last year's championship fight between him and 40.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen a lot of battles between them. And Darren gets another penalty, so both Aston Martins have got penalties. Actually, Seb has got a penalty. Yes, he has. He's got a penalty.
He must have got it right in the exact time as Darren 11.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And yeah, this is huge actually. Spicy has actually lost some time. Will he have DRS? He will need to push, that's for sure. Yeah, he's gonna have DRS. Nice exit from the penultimate corner. And yeah, I think now Crichton can save some battery. Even though I think Seb in this moment has got some pace advantage because he's actually gaining on Bigal as well. So yeah, we don't know. I mean, I don't think Seb can pull out an undercut in one lap to gain 3 seconds. This almost
as you said, 2 seconds. You were 2 seconds faster on your out lap than or your first lap on mediums. It can.
It's gonna be quite touch and go. But if you wanna go for a win, you wanna at least create a gap to the cars in front because he's got a penalty as well. To the cars behind, sorry.
And maybe he can use the undercuts to get into the DRS at least.
Yes, that's for sure. And Crichton has actually lost DRS because I think he made a mistake in the chicane, if I saw it correctly. Well, you have a guy with a penalty in front, but you still want to stay in DRS in the end. But yeah, you could see he was losing some tire grip in even 4 or 5 laps ago. And Seb is gaining even more, 2.6 to Bigal. But
I think he's struggling with tire temperatures.
Yeah.
Crichton is losing a lot of time in the middle section of the track, and that is a sign of traction loss due to overheating tires, maybe.
Yeah.
Or too cold rear tires, especially, is a big deal on this game.
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes maybe it could have gone a bit higher on the tire pressures as you should have, which will even be more difficult when he puts some mediums on, of course, because the mediums get higher temperatures compared to the hards. And yeah, so I think lap 16, I think it's where the pit window kind of opens, because, as you said, you can go till the end if you pit now and fit new mediums on. It's all about the right moment. Bigal stays out, and Seb has lost a lot of time as well, actually. 2.8, 2.9 actually. Everyone stays out. Let's see if any of them wants to go first. It's a big train for P7. Some cars pit, which are Bags and Plebs. Well, yeah, which are the guys who actually raced with me on Sunday and saw the effect of the undercut. So yeah, could be a wise move, and they can actually jump even T-Mac and get P7 and P8. Bex comes in. Are they gonna get into traffic? Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay, that's not what you need.
It's Sire Luke. I think there can be team orders applied for
Alpine.
No. Pless drops behind bait as well.
Oh,
so,
and actually a lot of cars fighting in the chicane. Jimbin overtook T-Mac. I mean, the guys on the mediums are losing time, but the guys they are matching are fighting. So in the end, everyone is losing time in this big train, and I think Plevs must clear Bait as soon as he can, and Bex Liddell has got a lot of track in front, and G-Force Croydon pits, and Spicy follows him into the pits. They go.
Let's see if Seb is covering the undercut on the next lap.
Yeah.
I think Big Al can hold on for one more lap.
Yeah. Bex is flying, and at the moment Plevs is really close to Bait, but Bait is gonna have DRS, so Plevs needs to push. Will he go for a move? Yeah, for sure. Gets into the slipstream, pulls to the inside. Maybe Luke can get him by already. No, he's fighting Bags actually. Oh, they're really close with each other. And Bait is side by side with Plevs. It's gonna get him messy. It's all good. It's all good. And Luke gives the place to Plevs, and now he's vulnerable to Bait, but he keeps him at bay. Sorry. And right now it's all about overtaking Darren 11, but look at Bags, he's pulled out a big gap, and Leo pits now. I think he will be, but oh, someone has spun actually. It's Yui. It's Yui who has spun, and T-Mac in the pits, Jimbin in the pits. So we'll see where Bex Liddell is and where Croydon and Spicy are. Croydon will be in front, that's for sure. It's gonna be tight with Spicy though. No, it's not gonna be even tight. Let's see if Bex Liddell can overtake everyone here. Even Walkboy is vulnerable to Bags actually. And Bags gets P9 at the moment with the fastest lap of the race, as I said, 18.5. And Plevs is stuck behind T-Mac. Yeah, it's gonna get a bit messy for him. Bad timing for him, but what timing for Bags actually. He's now in P9 and
He gained 2 places with it.
yes, exactly. And I think Vision needs to pit yet. Yes, still needs to pit. So, and even Destiol needs to pit.
And Seb and Big L as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Seb and Miguel, I think he
really
can gain another place on Destiol. I think he's got the pace and the time to do it.
It's around 19 to 21 seconds you lose in the pits on this track.
Yeah, and Bex is actually 16 seconds away from Destiol, who pits now. And Croydon gets a big fastest lap, 18.2 for him. He's doing a big undercut on Seb as well.
I think Big L could be in trouble as well.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the old pits, and Bexel that jumps him easily. Wow, what a big group of cars now. Yes.
It can be a bit messy.
Yeah, let's watch Plebs now. Needs to go for a move. Does he go for it? Goes for the switchback. Nice racing though between the two. He goes for another switchback, but he's behind. I think he got a bit stuck with in turn 2 on the exit, because of course Destiel didn't get the ideal racing line because of cold tires. And T-Mac has got a 3-second penalty, and Bigal, the race leader, and Seb both bid for new mediums. Let's see where Croydon is, because Seb...
Ooh, that can be a close one.
Yeah.
He will jump to Seb, but with Big L, that can be very, very close. Let's see.
Yeah,
it can be jump
really
both
close.
of these.
Ooh, they're really, really close now. He needs to overtake now. And we know Croydon knows when its moment is. He's pushing 2 tenths away. Will he dive? Yes, he does. But, ooh, really tight between the two. Still really tight. but Bigal keeps the place. He keeps the place. Yeah, wow, what good defending for him. Really good defending, and I really don't know how they didn't crash, but yeah, wow, nice side-by-side racing, and wow.
Yeah, Bigal squeezed him on the exit of turn 4. It was, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy gave him the overlap he needed to defend the position. Ooh.
Ooh, what happened?
I'm just watching the stream to commentate, so maybe a bit delayed with my reactions. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I couldn't join the lobby because Plevs is racing, of course.
Just request to join in my profile.
I did it, but
I didn't work. Okay.
It didn't work yet.
Okay.
Just host can give the permission to join.
And G4CO gets the fastest lap of the race with an 18.1. So actually, we talked about Crichton a lot, but actually also Spicy has jumped Seb. So yeah, now we've got a race in our hands. Of course, Bigal is going to have a small advantage compared to Crichton because he's got newer tires. And Destiol and Dar 11 are actually fighting. Yeah, Destiol gets the move down for P10, for P9. Sorry.
And Seb lost the position as well against Spicy.
Yeah, exactly. Spicy is still there in the leading pack, together with Crichton and Bigal. And Seb is gaining time, of course, but for now he doesn't have DRS, so that will make his recover a bit more difficult, and Plevs gets a 3-second time penalty. Of course, Seb has got a penalty also, let's not forget. Oh, he's made a big mistake. He's lost 6 temps. He's made a big mistake into turn 11. And yeah, Bigal looks like he's pulling away. But as long as Crichton stays in his DRS, won't be any problem. And
he has 3 laps fresher tires, I think.
Yeah.
That will make a huge difference, and also his ERS battery is much more than Crichton has.
Yeah, of course. And in fact, Bigal has tried to use a lot of battery going into turn 1. Trying to create a gap, fighting into turn 1. Darren never gets to play some vision. No, he kept his position. And now Plevs is vulnerable to Jimbin, who dives down the inside. They give each other space. They're still side by side. Plevs has got the inside line. They touch, but they're still alive, both of them. And Jimbin gets the place for P11. And let's not forget about Beggs. Yeah, he jumped all of them. He's now in P7. So yeah, really nice move, spot on to put new mediums on before everyone else. Plevs had the same call, but of course he got stuck into traffic. Someone has spun, and it's actually Yui in the McLaren. And Crichton has lost DRS to Bigal, which is of course good for the race leader. And Seb gets the fastest lap of the race now with an 18.1. Yeah, but as you said, maybe it could be a lot bigger, higher tire pressures than it should for Crichton, because of course the mediums get overheated faster than the hards do, and it's looking like he's losing some time already on his 5th or 6th lap on his stint. And Plevs is actually overtaking Vision. They're still side by side, fighting. Plevs wants to keep this position. Vision dives down the inside. They touch. Vision is on new hards, actually. Well, has he even pitted?
Vision hasn't pitted yet. I think Vision hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, he hasn't. And T-Mac, goes down round the outside and gets P2 into turn 4. What a move. What a nice move from the Alfa Romeo. And look at Spicy. He's really close to Crichton now. But Crichton is going to have DRS from the ghost of GeForce Ford. So, yeah. Well,
can live the fight for another day.
Exactly.
For another lap.
Exactly.
Racing conditions.
Seb is using a lot of his battery now. Sorry for Seb, I mean Spicy. He also managed to get into DRS. And yeah, Crichton is 1.8 seconds away, so nah, it's not looking like Bigal is vulnerable, at least at this moment. Of course, anything can happen. Vision and Luke pit now, and I think they're gonna go both for new softs, I guess.
Softs wouldn't be a great choice on this track, honestly. It's only a qualifying tire on this game,
Yeah,
to be fair.
yeah, they go for mediums instead, and yeah, they lose a lot of places, of course, because they suffered a big undercut from all the other drivers. And Yui and Bate are actually fighting, and Bate gets the place on the McLaren, so P13 for him. Seb doesn't, Spicy doesn't look like he's got a run now. Maybe Crichton has some mistakes we didn't catch. And Bigal is pulling away 1 or 2 times per lap at this rate. So yeah, we'll just see if Spicy will have a go, because he's got some more DRS, more or less 20% more than Crichton. But it still looks like Crichton is really good in Sector 2, so he can pull out a gap and keep the position into Turn 1. And yeah, let's not forget Seb will lose his place to Leo for now, as we are, because Seb has got a 3-second penalty on his chest. And yeah, Walkboy and Destiol are really close as well. And the big train of cars we had before has just been split by different different laps when they pitted, and Vision has actually got the place on Yui for P14. And yeah, but I think the best Vision and Luke can try and achieve is P13, because then there's a big gap between T-Mac and Bate. Let's follow the leaders, because Seb is really close to Spicy. Both will have DRS, and Seb has got less battery, but he's pushing now, which means Spicy will need to push, and maybe can try and go for a move on Crichton afterwards. No, he keeps the place though. Nice and tidy.
He respun again.
Oh yeah, we got a spin at the moment, yellow flag into Sector 2. But for now, Spicy keeps the place, but Seb looks like he's switched his tires on now, and really looks like he's gonna be quite difficult to keep behind for Spicy. And for Spicy, of course, it's key to stay behind Crichton to get DRS. Unless he can pull out a move, then...
I think he has more pace than Crichton at the moment, so his best defense must be attacking.
Yeah.
It's a Turn 1.
Yeah, also because he's got an advantage in terms of battery, but the problem is, I think Spicy is running some kind of high downforce setup, really high. Yellow flag again for Yui, which will retire in the pits, I guess. Yeah, I think Spicy loses some time in the penultimate corner. Yeah, Yui retires, and hopefully his car will not get into the track. 3 temps away, Spicy now. 2 temps, not close enough.
No.
Oh, they touch actually, Seb. We had a small punt from Seb on the McLaren. Nothing major, they didn't lose anything, so that's good. But yeah, Bigal is 3.6 seconds away already. Yeah,
he's dominating.
Yeah, he's on another league, and actually Yuri's car is into between Turn 1 and Turn 2, which classic Codemaster stuff. And yeah, the gap is still really consistent, and Crichton looks like he's gaining a lot in Turn 9 and Turn 10. And which actually prevents Spicy to have a go. And Seb looks really good into the last 2 corners and into Turn 1. So yeah, he's always 3 attempts away, and maybe this time he's close enough. Yeah, he is. He's 2 attempts away, and he's pushing.
I don't think. Spicy is running much lower downforce. He's pulling away again.
Yeah. Oh, they touch again. Yeah. Watch out now, because Spicy didn't activate his DRS for some reason.
I think he wasn't comfortable with it, going on to traction and activating the DRS at the same time. On this corner, sometimes it can be very tricky.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. And in the meantime, of course, GeForce Leo is taking advantage of all of that, joining the train. He doesn't have a lot of battery to play with, and so it's going to be quite of a sitting duck, but you never know what's going to happen in front. And of course, Seb is going to lose the position to Leo, which is not that bad to just lose one position when you have a penalty in such a high skill racing league. But yeah, and for now, I don't think anyone will go and try for a move now, because Seb gains a lot on the exit of the last corner, but then he's not gaining any time on Crichton. Look at that, he's just not gaining enough. So I don't think he's running a really low downforce setup. That's why we'll see.
Yeah, I meant much higher.
Yeah.
But on this track you have to run like 50, 45 wings, maybe 48, 43, kind of that region. But it's tricky.
Yeah, it's really tricky
on this track, as we said.
Yeah. And Miguel 4.6 seconds away. Sorry if didn't give you that much screen time, but you know, that's the way everyone wants to win in the end. So I think he will be happy with the win and less screen time this time, Miguel. Not jinxing it.
Don't
the race
forget
is
the
not,
jinx.
Yeah, exactly. Not jinxing it at all. But for now, it looks on another level, to be honest.
He's looking comfortable in front.
Yeah.
As he did on
Look at Seb.
Race, I think.
Look at Seb now. 1/10 away. 2 tenths away. He's getting in Spicy slipstream. Will he go for it? He goes for the outside, which give him much room. Seb doesn't give him any, but yeah, fair enough. Keeps the position. And look at Leo. I mean, we will be quite wise actually to make some team orders here at Red Bull, considering Seb has got a penalty. If Leo has got better tires, then why not? The problem is they are P1 and P2 in the standings, so they're fighting actually for the championship lead. And yeah, you never want to have a team order when you're involved in stuff like that, of course. But it's also true that Seb is going to lose the position anyway at this point. So I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but
what
I
would
don't
you do?
think. I don't think Leo has the pace to get the overtakes done, especially when the cars ahead also have DRS as he did.
Yeah,
as he does. It's a tricky situation for both Red Bull drivers as well. But yeah.
Yeah, let's see if Seb has got a run now. He could have won. Yeah, he's got one. 1/10 away now. Dives down the inside. Ooh, goes deep into the corner and gets the move done though. Yeah, Seb didn't open the corner. Spicy didn't open the corner that much, and that allowed Seb to get the position. And what about now? Is Crichton gonna be vulnerable, or maybe? Yeah, Seb is showing he's got some pace. It was already quite clear since 4 or 5 laps ago that he was faster than Spicy.
And don't forget the tire advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's only 2 or 3 laps difference of tire advantage, but that can make a huge difference, especially on this track.
Yeah, exactly. Darren 11 gets a 3-second penalty, and I think Bate got one as well before. And
Darren 11 joins the penalty party as well.
yeah, a lot of people on penalties here, but yeah, that's kind of normal on such a track. Look at Seb, he's 3 tenths away from Crichton. If he has a good run in the last corner, he will surely overtake him.
He's putting the pressure on. And
yeah, it's really cool. Look at the exit he's got.
Yeah,
compared to
much
Crichton.
more grip. Much more grip.
He's not gaining much though. He doesn't gain that much on the straights though. Oh, no, Crichton made a mistake actually. And he went deep into the corner and Seb got the position. P2 for the Red Bull driver. And yeah, 3 laps to go. It's gonna be just 2 shots for Crichton to try and get back that position, even though he's gonna take P2 anyway at this point because of Seb's penalty. Let's not forget that. And yeah, are there any other battles on track? I don't think so. Let's just say
Bin is close to Darren 11, but that is like that the whole second stint.
Yeah, it's just called one lap tire advantage. T-Mac gets another penalty. Yeah, I mean, Seb has just created a kind of big gap to Crichton now. He's 8 tenths away almost. And he was preparing last corner really well because he was really going slow in, fast out. He was prioritizing his exit. And he got his move done on both Spicy and Crichton. So yeah, 2 laps to go now. Basically, if Crichton loses DRS, he will be vulnerable to Spicy, but I don't think there's a big difference in terms of pace between them. Hopefully we are always in for some moves and stuff, but we'll see. And Crichton is actually 1 second away now from Seb.
Yeah, there goes the tire difference.
Yeah, exactly. If you cannot keep the car behind on newer tires, then you're gonna lose even more time. Of course, that's the hardest thing to do is always to keep these cars behind. But as soon as they overtake them, they just fly because they have a tire delta of at least 1 or 2 tenths faster. So yeah. And Big Al is now about to start his final lap.
Yeah, Seb has got the pace, you
know? Yeah.
Unfortunately, he lost out a bit too much to the other drivers on the undercut.
Yeah.
You see the difference now in lap times or end times.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actually gaining time even on Big Al. I mean, of course, Big Al is taking it easy because he doesn't need to push. But he's created quite a big gap to Crichton now, 1.7 seconds. That's huge.
In 1.5 laps, against a former championship, or is he the current champion?
No, it's Ford. Ford is the current one. But yeah, we all know Crichton's history in Race Spec. So
yeah, he has a lot of championships.
Yes, definitely. He's the Lewis Hamilton of this league. And he even drives a Mercedes.
Coincidence? I guess not.
And yeah, but I mean, Seb was actually really close to create a gap to Crichton and get P2. I mean, 2.1 seconds.
He has created the gap to Leo. He only loses out to Spicy and Crichton at the moment.
True.
Maybe even on the last 2 corners. Don't forget the Big L.
Yeah, Big L is on the line. And he wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. What a drive from the Alfa Romeo driver, dominating. Seb now gets P2.
He gets P3.
Gets P3, and he will keep P3. Podium for the Red Bull driver. My goodness, this is a Michael Schumacher-esque stint in these 4 or 3 laps, all qualifying laps.
Yeah.
I would love to see and check his race director just to see the level of the laps he's put in. P4 for Spicy, P5 for Leo, P6 for Walkboy, Destio and Jimbin in P7 and P8, followed by Bex in P9, who had some penalties. P10 for Darren 11, followed by Plebs in 11. P2 for the Alfa Romeo of T-Mac. Bait finishes in P13. Vision is out of fuel actually and finishes into P14. And now we just wait for Sire Luke to end up the top 15. I think he's gone for the fastest lap, but his fuel light is flashing.
Yeah, it's flashing because it's the last lap of his fuel.
Ah, yeah, true. And he gets the fastest lap, actually. I saw the pop-up on the screen.
Points.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, well, it was a quite fun race, but in the end, the ones who showed the pace in qualifying had the better of the other guys. Crichton tried everything to stay behind Seb, and without that penalty, Seb would have got P2, and he was showing his pace. I mean, Big Al is now celebrating the podium. Sure, of course he will. Nice race. Never in trouble, actually.
Yeah, as it looks, he is a she.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in the game. No, congrats to Big Al, he dominated this race today, and I think he's also in the championship lead with that.
I think so. Yeah, I think he will get the championship lead. Yeah, he will be championship leader now, followed by Seb and then Leo. But let's just recap the results here. I'm just gonna get a screenshot of the results, just if needed. Big Al wins for Alfa Romeo in P1, followed by GeForce Crichton in P2. Nice race for him, 3 places gained. Seb loses a place on track to Crichton and gets P3, followed by Spicy into P4. He lost a place as well from the start. Leo from P4 drops to P5 at the end of the race. And then the biggest gainers, which are Walkboy in P6, followed by Destio, who actually gained 11 places, finishing P7. Jimbin in Williams finishing P8, followed by Bex in P9. Darren 11 also a big gainer as well, 6 places for him from P16 to P10. Plebs in P11, followed by T-Mac, Bait, Vision, and then Sire Luke into P15. GeForce 4 UM Ferrari Pro got DNF'd. I mean, GeForce 4 disconnected, but he's out of points anyway and he won't score points. So, yeah. I don't think, unfortunately, I have time for race interviews. When Lane will get back, okay. When Lane will get back, of course, we'll get back to the standards of the stream. GG to all the drivers. It was fun. Let's not forget, next Sunday we've got the Elite Series and the Pacific Open Series in Bahrain. It's going to be the next round, of course, because the F1 season starts next week. And next race for Pacific Tier 1 will be next Tuesday at 8 Eastern Australia, 8 p.m. No, Western Australia, sorry. Which will be, of course, Bahrain as well. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much, Draqz, for joining. It's always good to have some company and someone to talk to. Especially not so spectacular races like this one. But again, thank you very much. And yeah, I think that wraps it up, and we'll see you next week. See you guys. Have a good night.
Good night.